What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful start to their week. It is Monday, which means Gandalf gets to lick a graham cracker. I think, you guys still will think about that often, right?
What was
Hey, welcome to CahirLIVE, and thank you for following. I stream Pokemon over here, so if you're not interested in that, then fair enough, but that's the kind of content we do here. Today I'm doing some shiny hunting. The starter Pokemon for the new Pokemon game were announced a few months ago, so I'm shiny hunting for those guys. But hello Pumpkin, Traveler, Rob, Bay, hello again, hello Brugger, and hello Jello. How goes it? How goes it? I hope you've all been well. So tomorrow's Pokemon Direct is either 3 PM for you or 1 PM for you, but you think it's 3 PM. Yes, there's a new Pokemon Direct tomorrow. Presents tomorrow, so that's exciting. Finn, hello, how goes it? I hope you're well. What is your favourite Pokemon and why is it Zapdos? Unfortunately, you are... Oh, I'm in the middle of a... Oh, God, I've trapped myself in a fucking minigame. Wait, let me grab some eggs first. Let me grab some eggs before I make this slander. I also need to turn the volume back on. So I muted it so I could farm eggs while the stream was starting. Sonic Games, hello, how goes it? I hope you've been well. Is it at least your favourite of the birds? It used to be. It used to be, but I'm going to be honest. I've become more of an Articuno fan as of late. You know? As of late being, maybe the better part of the last decade.
Yahoo! Balls.
Balls indeed. Team Instinct? I was Team Instinct. Do not worry. I was Team Instinct. Anyway, but, I could maybe... Okay, so, that's fine, that's fine. Where are they? Where are my sons? Where do I keep my sons? Oh, they're here. Are they? Yeah, here they are. Why Zapdos when we got the lovely frog? When we got the frog, when there's the frog, the frog, Implosium, Mold, Pucker, Croingy Boingy, Gabriel, Venom. Hold on, how long ago did I get this one? And was it... You know, I managed to get this guy just about 6 months ago. Just a bit of a reference for you guys. Krogunks aside, I still need to be in the PC boxes. I still did need to be in the PC boxes there, actually. Leaving them was a mistake on my part. But, additionally, we have actual... eggs to start the stream with again today. Venom won't know what hit him. Venom, I barely even know her. I think Moltres is the best out of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. I have had that opinion at stages of my life, but if you take Moltres' flames away, it looks like one of those chicken toys that you squeeze and then it goes... You know? And if that's why you like it, then I can't slate that, you know? That's fine. But, that's why you don't take the flames away. If you're nothing without the flames, then you don't deserve to have them. It's just how it is. Do you know how many I hardly know jokes I hear on a weekly basis? +1. Considering I just hold one then. Bringing up the average. Average? I barely even know her. Need more eggs? Well, we've got 211 so far. I think the dub is going to be what we're going to do. Is we're going to get the shiny this stream, right? And we're going to continue shiny hunting after, just to see if I get another shiny, right? And the next stream... I'm going to shiny hunt some of the Mega Evolutions that get revealed in tomorrow's Presents. That's how it is. How about the Galas? Gala Moltres does go quite hard. I think Gala Moltres is my favorite of the Gala ones. Using the Ditto method. With the Ditto method, in the sense of I'm using Ditto to breed. So basically in Scarlet and Violet, instead of the daycare, they have the picnics. But any of your Pokemon can breed in the picnics. So if I have the 3 Pokemon I'm looking to shiny hunt, right, and a Ditto, then I can get random eggs. Ditto from another region? Oh, okay, you're talking about Masuda method. Right. Yes, I'm doing Masuda method. It doesn't have to be a Ditto, though. Well, Ice and Electric are super effective against them all. That is true. Huh? Google spawned one of the new Megas because there was an article about new Megas, and there was a Sitting Cuties plush of a Mon which was blurred the same way they do Who's That's Pokemon. That wasn't a Mega Evolution Brugger. I think they were just teasing the Sitting Cuties. I'm gonna keep it real, Brugger. I don't think you got spoiled on a Mega Evolution. I don't think they'd reveal a Mega Evolution through a sitting fucking cutie plush. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. I'm confident that's, even if that Pokemon is a Mega, the Sitting Cutie Splash has nothing to do with that. Ready for tomorrow? I am indeed, Lightning. I am indeed. I'm interested to see what's gonna get, like, talked about. My assumption is, right, it's not gonna be much. We're gonna get ZA information. I think that's going to take up maybe like 10 minutes of the direct. Then again, maybe Champions will take up more, because I think we're going to get a big segment on Champions, but I don't think we're going to get much else aside from that announced. Cahir, did you not see the leak? All the Pokemons are getting Mega. Oh, Mango, you spoiled it for me. Now I'm going to have to go and live in a cave for the rest of my life. Because you've ruined it for me. I'm gonna go and find a cave, and I'm gonna live in the cave. Bye bye, bye bye. Will there be cave streams? Yes, but it will be art. I'll be doing cave art on the walls of my cave adventures. Donkey Kong is a fine ass game. Hell yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Breaking shit in that game is so cathartic. It seems fun. It seems fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It does seem like quite a fun game. I've been seeing like a decent amount of it around. Naturally. There's a patch of the original form and it said 4 Pokemon Legends ZA leaked Mega Evolutions that stand above the rest. There have been no leaks. There have been no leaks. We know 2 Pokemon that are going to get Mega Evolutions from the Giga Leak, and that might not even be true, because of the way, like, the translations were handled dismally, to be clear. The translations were handled absolutely dismally. There's every chance that that's false as well. We don't know. There's been no leaks. Every single ZA leak that has happened so far, 2 weeks later, someone's come forward and be like, oh, that was me. Or it's been like some baseless 4chan text post. Like, I firmly do not believe there's been any actual ZA information that's leaked at this point. Like, I just don't. He wants to counter the shiny Gyarados and Let's Go Pikachu. Oh, nice! Congratulations! Shiny Gyarados is a nice shiny, to be fair. Like, I like shiny Gyarados a lot, but I feel like it's cheapened by them giving a free one away. in Heart Gold Soul Silver's main story. You know? Like, I love the Red Gyarados. It's good. But also it's like, oh, you have a Red Gyarados? Everyone has one of those, bro. Does that what I mean? You think someone would just spread misinformation online? Yeah. Fuck doing my own research. I'm gonna start believing shit. But that is like the entirety of the Pokemon community. When like some guy on 4chan types in, they're making, it's gonna be mega, in the game, there's gonna be mega low kicks. And everyone's like, oh, holy shit, guys, you see the new leak? And it's like, grow a brain. Like, I remember, like, the Mega Starmie one got, like, a decent amount of traction. And then the guy who made the art came along and posted it. I was like, yeah, no, I made this. And then he made multiple others, like the Feraligatr, kept on posting them on 4chan, and every time the whole Pokemon community fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I believe every CPR article I see. That's the way you need to do it, you know. As Soul Silver is one of your favorite games, you better believe you have a few Red Gyarados. Red Gyarados is cool. It's just like, they give one for free. Finally got every single new shiny Mega Pokemon in their first stage from the new Mega Pokemon list. Again, as in ZA Megas? Are those the Pokemon you've supposedly got? Wait a minute, I miscounted at some point, because... Where is everyone getting these lists from? 4chan. It's always 4chan. Genuinely always 4chan. Okay, I'm another game. Your shiny Mew and Let's Go Pikachu along with 6 shiny Lapras. Can't get shiny Mew and Let's Go Pikachu, please don't lie. But like it's always 4chan, right? Like some guy goes on 4chan, posts their dream list, and then... Oh no, that's a good point actually. My apologies. Did you get it from Go Sonic Games? I forgot you can transfer Pokemon from Go into Let's Go. That is a fair point. My apologies. Can we just agree the Pokemon Company is evil for the Pokemon Plus? For the Pokemon Plus? You got the list from Reddit. Which will then be from 4chan, I assume. Because Reddit doesn't make anything, they just take shit from 4... Any leak subreddit, right? No one posts new leaks on Reddit. They always take them from somewhere else. Generally 4chan. And... I don't even think I need to start elaborating here. Like, we all know the verifiability... We all know how, like, trustworthy 4chan is on this subject, right? Like, that's the joy... Like, there is no joy in 4chan. Because the only way to get Mew from that, and it was 1 per Pokemon Plus. So you need to buy another one if you restart your save file and get another Mew. But it is Let's Go, which means you can just get Mew on Pokemon Go. And transfer it there. Because I think Mew is currently a permanent encounter in Pokemon Go. If you do, like, the right quests. And BDSP. Jelly's right about BDSP. BDSP is a more scummy one, because for BDSP, to get Mew, you need Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Right? Like, that's... I get where they're coming from, but I prefer how they did it in, like, Scarlet and Violet, right? I prefer how they did it in Scarlet and Violet, where, like, you get bonus stuff for having the other games, but it's not anything substantial. You get some phone cases for buying other games. You don't get, like, legendary Pokemon. I hope that they do a similar thing in ZA, because... What is it? Isn't it, like, Shaymin for BDSP and Darkrai for Sword and Shield? The Arc Bone goes hard, exactly. Like, most of the mythicals are available on Go now? Yeah. And not just, like, limited time. Just permanent. Not as bad as EA. Do EA still pull that shit? I swear I've not heard EA get, like, shredded for a while. Like, have they learned their lesson yet? I don't know where the EA monetization meme comes from. Like, there have been times in the past. I don't know if it's still like that. I haven't looked at a singular EA game in years. But basically, they, like, would always release, like, new DLC. Like, they'd always release, like, small parts of, like, DLC. They'd always have, like, loot boxes and other random stuff that you could buy money to get. So just, it basically became a meme that, they were very microtransaction-heavy games. But, does anyone remember Shaymin besides the Sky form? I think most people remember Shaymin's Hedgehog form over the Sky form. I like the Sky form, but I kind of agree with Jellu that I like its Hedgehog form more. Shaymin's little Hedgehog form is quite adorable. Funky little guy. You recently, have you seen the newest Plants vs. Zombies 2 plants? They're still making content for Plants vs. Zombies? Are you talking about, like, the, thing? No? Okay. Wait. No. I'll get there. Are you talking about, like, the, like, shooter, Overwatch style? Garden Warfare. Are you talking about Garden Warfare, or are you talking about, like, the app on the iPhone? Hedge is better anyways, it's got good bulk. That's fair. But yeah, no, I think your own bias has affected your opinion there, Shadow. No, Sonic. My apologies. Because I think most people like the Hedgehog form more. The mobile game, okay, I see. Whack. I would not have expected that to still be updating. So I can promise you, 10 of the newest plants are the same fucking leaf design. I mean, like, how many plants can you make? There are actually a lot of plants in the real world now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, I take that sentiment back. You can make a lot of plants, because there are a lot of plants in real life. Plants vs. Zombies still exists. I mean, it seemed like a decent resurgence in popularity lately, because people started making memes about it, didn't they? But, Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has been going well. I heard we're getting a shiny Riolu if you pre-order ZA, not from Pokemon Center. That's a terrible pre-order gift. I'd rather have a Zygarde phone case. I could see a shiny Riolu mystery gift, but I doubt it's a pre-order bonus. I don't think they've ever done a give a Pokemon pre-order bonus, right? Generally, when a game releases, they do a little bit of like a promotion where they'll give away a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve with its Mega Stone. Or, in fact, not even just that. In fucking X and Y, they gave away Torchic. In Auraz, they gave away Shiny Beldum. In Sun and Moon, they gave away Munchlax with the Snorlax CMZ. I don't think they gave anything for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but I think the Pikachu event was going on at the time. Sword and Shield, they gave away Meowth. And then Scarlet and Violet, they gave away Terra Flying Pikachu. So, like, I could see it being a mystery gift. Who'd you guys like more? Rayquaza, Kyogre, or Groudon? To be honest, I like Rayquaza out of the three. Rayquaza, but how about the Primal and Mega forms? I used to be a big Groudon fan, but these days I think I'm leaning more towards Kyogre. I think I'd have to actually use them again to properly solidify my opinion. Like, Groudon is really cool. Groudon's Primal Reversion does go hard with the lava. I do like the lava in Groudon's Primal Reversion. That kind of, like, flows between the cracks. Like, that goes hard as hell. But I have a feeling there was a Victini technically a pre-order bonus, as it was a limited time event at the start of Gen 5. That is true, that is true. Just realised you haven't used any of the Hoenn legendaries once. Well, they're meant to be some of the best, so like, they're still very, like, big in the meta. I really do wonder if it's specifically VGC that's the reason they got rid of Primal Groudon and Kyogre. Because really, there was no reason to get rid of Primal Groudon and Kyogre, right? Like, they're not Mega Evolutions, they're Primal Reversions. You don't need a Mega Ring to activate them, you just give them the stones and then they happen at the start of the fights. But they got rid of Primal Groudon and Kyogre, and I stand on the hill that they shouldn't have gotten rid of Primal Groudon and Kyogre. Mega Rayquaza, it's sad that it's gone, but Shiny Rayquaza, I mean, like, it kind of lost its luster as, like, uniqueness once it became a staple of the trio with the Primals. You know? I'm not counting Jirachi because I used it in my Brilliant Diamond playthrough. Isn't Jirachi a mythical? Jirachi's a mythical, yeah. So I would not count Jirachi anyway. Wrong. Thin Ice though, Brugger. So looking. Alright, yeah, they did the... They have two of them now, don't they? Oh yeah, they're down here. Technically, Shiny Legendary giveaway in Dude! Do you think we might get 7-star Miraidon and Koraidon raids? And that's how they'll, give us Shiny Miraidon and Koraidon? Gotta really hate the mythical legendary split when mentioning anything. Worst mistake you can make. Exactly, exactly. Once I accidentally called Deoxys a legendary and I got shot in the head. It was crazy. By the way, want to know something? No, I don't want to know anything. I don't like knowing these days, you know? Been trying to forget everything. Every morning I wake up and I hit myself in the head with a brick. Just to forget a little bit. I'm kidding, you can tell us, Brugger. Or maybe they'll do an obscure Japan-only mystery gift for them. I'm gonna be honest, Jello, I don't think they've done that for years. I think you're getting salty over something that last happened in, like, Gen 4. Gonna have to do a hard reset and blitz through Scarlet again to try and get some other Koraidon shinies, as that shiny is fire. I quite like Shiny Miraidon as well, they both have good shinies. You're still salty over things you've missed by not being sentient. That is fair, that is fair. Like, you were not there on on Shrek release. I mean, I wasn't there on Shrek release day either. I was maybe... No, actually, I was not born before Shrek myself. I've not lived in a world without Shrek. Why is Zygarde not the master of Groudon and Kyogre? Groudon and Kyogre cause more chaos than Xerneas and Yveltal. Is Zygarde ever, like, confirmed to be even the master of Xerneas and Yveltal, though? I think Zygarde's just a general enforcer, right? Like, as much as it is the final, piece of the puzzle between the XYZ trio, has it ever really been acknowledged to do anything specifically with Xerneas and Yveltal in the lore? Because, like, in Sun and Moon it went to Alola to, stop the bullshit going on with, Necrozma and Ultra Space. Wait, Brugger, you're really just not going to say it now? Oh no. My joke did not land. Also, to be fair, Xerneas and Yveltal, I think, have probably caused more chaos than Groudon and Kyogre. Because Groudon and Kyogre Awakening is like a world-changing event. Right? Groudon and Kyogre getting up is like detrimental to the environment. Xerneas and Yveltal wake up once every 1,000 years. So Groudon and Kyogre, right? They've been up like a minimum of like 5 times since the Earth was made. Surely. Whereas Xerneas and Yveltal have had a fair couple of times. He said he doesn't want to know. No. I was making a bit. It wasn't a good bit. I was talking about knowing in general, you know? I was talking about what you were saying specifically. I was talking about knowing as a concept. I'm good at failing at making bits and just coming across like an asshole, I think. I should work on that. So, one time on a Twitch chat I said unzips pants because there was a hole in a Hollow Knight for the tram pass. Jello, did I want to know this? Did you want to know this, Jello? And every time I talk in the Twitch chat or Discord server, they say your pants zipped up. You kind of brought that upon yourself. Yeah, I'm very happy and content now. Okay. At least one of us is. Anyway, Bruger, I guess that does beg the question. Are your pants zipped up? You've zipped them up, right? Just to check. $259 shiny Fennekin. Interesting, interesting. If it isn't shiny Fennekin, you will suffer the same consequences as if it wasn't shiny at all, to be clear. You're wearing pajamas. I don't think I even have pants with a zipper. What do you mean you don't have pants with a zipper? Most pants come with a zipper. Or do you just mean, like, they've got the buttons? Just mean they got the button flies. Because to be fair, I think most of my genes have the button flies. In the grand scheme of things. They did 2 strings. Like, talking about your pants in general, not pajamas. Pajamas tend to not have zippers, but like, everything else, you know? They tend to be built like that, don't they? That's what I find. That's what I find. You don't have pants with a zipper? That's interesting. So, just like... No, I'm not going to ask that one, actually. You know, I was... No, I'm not. Simple as that. Simple as that. Trying something new. Unlike Brugger's pants, I have a zipper on my lips. Also, someone compared you, because of that, to Sticky Fingers from JoJo's Adventure before you've watched part 5. That's fair. I said that 3 minutes ago, but for some reason I just got lost in time. So, what were you replying to then, and how did this message actually come at a how did your next message actually come at a reasonable time? I think that's my question. You know? That was about 59 seconds instead of 95. Oh no. What? I still think they should have switched it around, because right now it seems like Zygarde is lazy and Kalos, and the ultimate weapon is 5 for a second, and Zygarde's just chilling in a cave. Yeah, but it knew nothing was going to happen, because we were there. I don't know, I think the Land, Water, Sky trio works too well as the Land, Water, Sky trio to want to separate the Land, Water, Sky trio, you know? Because, like, what is it? Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde are all based on Norse mythology. They're themed as a group. I think if you're talking Pokemon lore-wise, then sure, but the moment you start mixing them around, then all of a sudden the real-life inspirations shit themselves. I mean, why did you say something at a reasonable price? No, done dirt cheap. But, let's get some eggs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You haven't got to that yet? I won't tell you what it does. I feel like if you look through most music, you'd get spoiled on most JoJo sounds, you know? Hello, SFA! How goes it? I hope your week has been going well. I hope your week has been going well so far. You did hear the translation? Was that ever an official translation? I bet they're just going to call it D4C. Kind of like how they called Foo Fighters FF. Like, was that ever actually an official translation? I know there have been some kind of whack translations. Like, they were very much threatening to call Limp Bizkit Flaccid Pancake. Was that another fandom meme? I feel like that might have just been another fandom meme. Needs more crit, I mean shiny. What's the difference? Bad company to worst company is my favorite. I mean, like, it works. Gets the same thing across. Personally, I like Made in Heaven instead of Made in Heaven. Because Made in Heaven just sounds like Made in Heaven. They just act like it's different. That's funny to me. I respect that. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap has been called nefarious acts done at a reasonable price. Okay, so, you see, now we've got filthy acts at a reasonable price and nefarious acts done at a reasonable price. Which is it, Biden? You're just confusing me. And I'm very easily confused. I'm very easily confused. And now I'm more confused. You hate to see it. Soiled actions at a solid markup. They're just gonna call it D4C, I think. That makes the most sense. D4C. Because they start calling it D4C in the manga anyway. Anyway, I'm changing the subject away from JoJo's. Because there are other things I'm going to talk... Yeah, I kind of want to talk about it when I'm actually doing the hunt. I fucking hate... What is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, we're halfway there. You know what? I can yap. Superman. I watched Superman on Thursday. The new Superman. No hot men? Huh? I watched the new Superman on Thursday. That was peak. That was genuinely... That was great. That was great. That was a really good film. Like, I'm trying to think of what other movies I've seen this year for the first time. Because Mickey 17 I have. Mickey 17 was peak as well, right? But I'm trying to figure out if I think Superman was better. There's the part of me, there's the rock in me, right? That's like, okay, but it was a superhero movie, mate, so it can't have been that good, right? There's a part of me that's like, you can't genuinely imply that a superhero movie was one of the best movies of the year, you know? Like, there's that odd feeling in my gut that's like, you can't say that. You can't say that. But it's like, it was really good though. It was really fucking good. Like, no spoilers, please. Superman kisses Lex Luthor on his bald head. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Minecraft movie? I have not seen the Minecraft movie. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. What does this have to do with Clark Kent? They're different people, Cahir. Did I even say Clark? Did I not say Lex Luthor? Did I say Wait. SFA, why have you brought up Clark Kent, the Daily Planet reporter? And says, don't you be doing those shenanigans, Lexi boy. Exactly. That's exactly what he says. That is also, the Minecraft movie is overrated as fuck. That implies anyone thinks the Minecraft movie is good, Brugger. I want to be clear. What you're saying there implies anyone left the Minecraft movie experience thinking, wow, that was good. It being overrated implies anyone rates it highly. No one rated it highly. The best movie of 2025 is obviously K-pop Demon Hunters. I've not seen it. I've heard good things about it, but I have not seen it. Who is Clark Kent? So, he's the Daily Planet reporter. You know, one of the reporters of the Daily Planet. He started working there about 3 years ago, I think. Moved from what is it? Smallville? Yeah. He's quite a meek guy, unassuming, you know. It'd be good if he was a bit more heroic and stand up like Superman, I think, but it is what it is. It's a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not a good score. And all of the positive reviews probably say, chicken jockey! You know? Your permanent brain damage? We know. Like, 48%, right, is unremarkable. You know? And I haven't seen the Minecraft movie. But the Minecraft movie really looks like something that isn't necessarily bad. Isn't necessarily, like, bad. But it isn't good. It doesn't look like a movie that, hate watching it, would be that successful. I still see and hear people say that it was the best movie ever. They're being sarcastic. There's no way... This is one of those cases they're just being sarcastic. The movie was a cinematic masterpiece. Sarcasm. What was it? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Crazy. You should watch K-pop Demon Hunters. At some point, I might try to. I'm just very aware I'm not steeped in the culture that makes K-pop Demon Hunters what it is, you know? Like, yeah. It's peaked though. I'm sure it is. K-pop Demon Hunters is the cure. I thought it was about K-pop groups, not the cure. It's definitely a movie for its time. It's a movie. It's got Jack Black in it. You had to use that shit for the whole last month from when it released. Yeah, because it was the Minecraft movie. It was always going to be some kind of cultural phenomenon. Like, if the... I think it would have been more... Like, I would have been so impressed if they made a Minecraft movie that made no cultural splash. Right? I would have been really impressed if they made a Minecraft movie that had no cultural impact at all. Like, that would have been impressive. That would have been very impressive. 26, 27, 28, 29... Am I one short? Am I actually one short, or am I not one short? Because I think I miscounted at some point. It's just how it is. I miscounted! I'm actually one over. That's crazy. Back at it. Anyway, I'm going to continue discussing a good movie. Because I just realised that I don't have to discuss the Minecraft movie anymore. I can discuss good movies instead. And a good movie is Superman. It just really understood Superman and what the world needs at the moment, right? Like, it's just a very hope-core movie. It's a movie that's kind of hard to leave without thinking, man, the world's great. Good movies like The Awesome Spooderman? No. Then discuss K-pop Demon Hunters. I haven't seen it! However, I have seen Superman, which I'm going to continue discussing because I like Superman. David Cornsweet was great in it. He was just a very earnest Superman. which I enjoyed a lot. Like, I'm gonna have to start, like, looking away from chat while I talk about the movie I enjoyed, because they keep on being like, what, discuss this? No, we're discussing Superman today, sorry guys. Like, it's just, like, minor shit, right? Like, how most action scenes, right? Most action scenes start with Superman saving someone. Right? Like, it took me a bit to realize that after I'd seen the movie, but, like, then it hit me and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit! Right? Like, he just is cool. He just has the sauce. He just has the sauce. Lex Luthor, like, they made him just such a generational hater that you gotta love him, you know? Snyder saw a god living with men. James saw a man with godly powers. I think you're right in more ways than you realize. You should watch the movie. But yeah, no, Snyder very much took a very cynical approach to Superman, right? And I think everyone's been taking a cynical approach to Superman lately, right? And I think that's been one of the... It's an artifact of, I think, societal attitude, right? Is the fundamental truth. Even though we're in an age of superhero movies, like, societal attitude has been a bit, like, negative, has been a bit grouchy, grumpy, you know? It's just how it's been, right? And because of that, we've very much seen the Superman archetype picked into shreds, right? Snyder did it, Injustice did it, Invincible did it, fucking... The Boys, like, there have been so many. There have just been, like, so many nitpicks of the Superman character where it's like, no, I don't think he'd be that good, actually. That I think it was very much an artifact of its time as cynicism kind of took over, right? Because all those movies released in, you know, the same point of time as fucking Cinema Sins and bullshit. Cinema Sins and Screen Junkies and stuff, where everyone was always very critical of films and very nitpicky about them, right? Like, the Skytown music is hitting, like, it sure is, And now this is Explorers, I believe. This is Steam Cave, I think. No, this is Hidden Highland, my apologies. Got to show your favourite sports team, Go Jets? Hell yeah. Like, Blue Rescue Team? Yeah, Sky Tower's Blue Red Rescue Team. This current music is from Explorers of Sky. Like, this movie really came back in after all of that cynicism and kind of turned around and just gave us a very, like, earnest take of Superman and his character and who he is and what he stands for. And in fact, there's even a part of the movie that's been quite divisive online, but I liked it quite a bit because A, it kind of furthered the kind of comparisons and stuff to, like, the obvious and blunt truth of the character of the Superman being an immigrant metaphor. And it kind of made an interesting parallel of that, but then also kind of called into the center stage the whole evil Superman thing. And did it in an interesting way where it's not really like... Because, like... Spoilers for My Adventures with Superman, the cartoon series that's been releasing over the past couple of years. I feel more confident in spoiling that, because I have a hunch people here are going to care about that a lot less. Right? But, like, in My Adventures with Superman, there's, like, one episode where it gets a bit multiversal, and then they actively show Superman that in other universes he's evil. And he has to grapple with it like that. And that's a very heavy-handed way of doing it. Right? Where it's actively acknowledging the continuities where Superman is evil. Which is odd because most of the time he isn't. Like... This time it kind of more looks him in the eyes and just asks, like... It's a less heavy-handed way of doing it, which I also enjoy. Because I didn't even twig that that's what was happening when I first watched the movie. It was someone pointing out later, and it was like, oh shit, okay. But I think it was a very kind of necessary part of the movie that I enjoyed a lot. Like, in hindsight. It was an element of the movie I enjoyed always round. I thought it was an interesting way of taking it. Although a lot of people are quite split. But what is good and evil? I mean, I've been saying evil Superman, but I guess evil Superman is just a Superman who kind of strays away and betrays the ideals of, Wait a minute, we don't even need to get philosophical. Good and evil are being used for very, like, contemporary, obvious concepts here. Like, there is no need for the philosophizing in this specific case scenario. Because good and evil are good. Saving kittens from trees, helping old people cross the street, and generally not letting civilians die when there's a massive threat to the world. Evil is Omni-Man. Evil is Injustice Superman. You got to go, fair enough, Bruger. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Like... We ain't, like, we're talking, like, dictators here, right? Or, like, wannabe dictators. But if you let civilians die, you could slightly hello the economy butterfly affecting into good ending. If good is saving someone, then saving someone who will become the next Hitler makes good? Or makes the action good but the person bad? Well, the action would be good because you're doing it out of, like, a good cause. Right? Like, if you know the person you're saving is going to be Hitler, then... and are saving them because they're Hitler, going to be Hitler, then, like, sure, but... like... I've never really vibed with that kind of philosophical argument because it's immediately taking the least favorable outcome and being like, what if? And it's like, there is like 3 situations in which that's realistic. Most of them it's not. And always round you are trying to help someone in need. So you can never really frame your own actions as bad there because they were good intentioned. Like, I think you can make an argument that it's a net negative for the world, sure. But, like, in terms of your actions themselves... Additionally, I just feel like it's a bit of a tangent away from the conversation that was being had in the past. Where you're looking at the way Superman carries himself rather than necessarily any of his specific actions under a microscope. Then the reverse, how about murdering 3,000 people to save 1 million? Does that make you bad or good? That's just the trolley problem. That's literally just a trolley problem. Which is the most milquetoast philosophical argument. SFA's boiled your argument down. SFA has boiled your argument down. Like, the general gist is, yes, killing few to save many is generally a good idea. Because you're saving many at the sacrifice of the few. I do also think that's where perspective comes in, because while you might have saved 1 million people, one of the 3,000, like the 3,000 people's families and friends aren't gonna like you for it. Cahir, would you pull the lever to kill 2 babies? I would, yes. No. I started at 210. Did I? Shit, my brain hurts. I started at 210. And then I did a whole box. So that should have put me at 240. But I'm not at 240, which means I miscounted. Which means I'm at 255. Plus 3. I did not plus 3. Although if you do that, you're liable for imprisonment either way. Yeah. No. No, there's one way you're not liable for imprisonment. If you don't do anything, right? Then you can't really be imprisoned for that. I think it'd be pretty hard to structure a legal case against someone not pulling the lever in the trolley problem. Just because they didn't touch property that wasn't... So funnily enough, even if you had the best interest of multiple people in mind when saving someone by killing others, your best bet is to do nothing. I mean, like, not really, because your best bet is to want to save as many people as possible, right? Like, sure, for own self-preservation that's the option, but if you want to look at the most true good option, right? It'd be somehow figuring out a way to save everyone. Like, put Superman in the trolley problem, and he'd sooner sacrifice himself. Put Superman in the trolley problem, and he'd stop the trolley with his bare hands because he's fucking Superman. But again, the trolley problem's bullshit. Why are we talking about it? Let's move away from, like, the most milquetoast philosophical argument in history. I guess the argument is the needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few. But no, the argument is it's better to kill one person than to it's better one person die than 5 people. So I guess it's kind of what you're saying, but I don't know, I don't like the way you're phrasing it. For Superman, if power is meant to serve the weak, then using overwhelming force to enforce peace is still service or silent oppression. Well, no, it's a silent oppression. Because when Superman is saving people, right? When Superman is saving people from giant monster attacking the city, right? Everyone goes about their lives day to day as normal. They just don't get crushed and eaten by a giant fucking monster. But if Superman then goes and uses said power to menace everybody into a dictatorship, everyone's lives are being negatively affected. These are two very different situations here. Like, these are... Like, these are two very different concepts. You're not really taking one concept to its natural extreme, you're just walking over to another concept and being like, but is this not the natural extreme? Like, no, it isn't. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking about Superman. I didn't prep my brain for philosophy and I'm getting annoyed. Because he's just cool. Like... In fact, I think Superman himself would get annoyed by the proposal of philosophies like this. Because, like, the movie made clear that he's just not the kind of person who wants to use his head in that kind of way, right? Like, and that's the thing I find interesting about him. Is, like, Superman doesn't necessarily want to get bogged down in the philosophies of stuff. He just wants to help people, right? He just wants to ensure that no one dies and gets hurt. That's his whole MO, which I think was one of the most compelling parts of the movie. Was... him saying that, he was more or less him directly saying, like, how do I put this? Like, he inserted himself in a situation to do the right thing, and then fundamentally got backlash for it because it was considered a risky maneuver. But in reality, all he was thinking about was saving people's lives. Have you seen Injustice Superman? I have not. I've heard a decent amount. From what I understand, Joker kills Lois, right? And then he goes off the deep end for it. And starts killing villains. It's good, it's so good. I just don't give a shit about evil Superman at this point, you know? It's like... no. Like... give me your hope core. I don't give a shit about... what if Superman... no! That's not Superman! That isn't! That's not what he's about! Superman's about fighting for the little guy. He doesn't need to, like... I think you're like Young Justice. I did when I was younger. That show very much aired when I was, like, airing when I was, like, a pre-teen, early teenager. And I did it. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I heard that it got treated a bit badly in its later seasons, but, you know, like, I can't remember how far into Young Justice I got. You enjoyed Young Justice? Oh, you've seen Young Justice? Interesting. I don't think I ended up seeing much of Teen Titans, honestly, myself. Which, I guess ends up being kind of odd. I don't know. I feel it odd. But, like, I remember the Teen Titans movie, but I don't really remember much else about Teen Titans. And I'm not sure if it was just on air and stuff when I was too young to, like, actually watch it or what, but I just do not remember that much of Teen Titans. Young Justice? I remember Young Justice. Teen Titans, I just remember the movie. Like, which is odd. And then I remember Ultimate Spider-Man, which is funny because as much as it was my Spider-Man show growing up, everyone fucking hates it now. They fight Deathstroke a lot in Teen Titans. Not the Go version. I know you don't mean the Go version. Drink some oil, coward. What? Pardon? What has prompted this? Extreme claim. I'm concerned as to what ignited this bout of fury. I'm looking forward to a few months' time when I can just talk about all of Superman, because like it. There are so many smaller elements of the movie. You know what I can talk about? Mr. Terrific. He was terrific. Like, easily one of the best characters in the movie. To be fair, the whole Justice Gang were. Like, they were an interesting addition. I've seen some people act like they were unnecessary and took away too much screen time, but I don't know, it felt like they were a very, like, deliberate part and piece of the puzzle of the movie as a whole, where I think removing them would be... Like, I could see a version of the movie without, right? You could move certain other puzzle pieces around, but I feel like it's better that they're superheroes who are doing that instead of any other force, right? And it also kind of helps imply this wider Superman universe. It very much makes Superman feel like a comic book movie, right? Like, we have comic book movies and they have a vibe, right? Don't get me wrong. But, like, stuff like the Justice Gang... Stuff like the Justice Gang really help, I think, sell the idea, Please stop talking about your sub count, Lightning. I'm assuming that's not what you're doing, but it kind of comes across like self-promo. Give you the benefit of the doubt. But, like, what's it called? Yeah, no, it really feels like it's, I know this one cool dude, Cahir is here, man, his sub count is climbing. SFA, please, as I said, do not promote, oh, okay. Real and true, I'm almost at 600 on Cahir is here, which is pretty nice. Rather chuffed in the grand scheme of things. To be fair, I've still not checked how my latest video did, because last time I checked it was in the middle of going up, view-wise. So it might have gotten somewhere, but a conundrum, to promote or not to promote. I mean, this other chap, he shares my name, but he's someone else, you know. Can't believe him. Yes. We'll go with that. We go back to Superman. I know, like, none of you care, but I'm talking about Superman today. Like, it kind of throws you into the middle of the storyline, which is nice. Like, it doesn't. It doesn't. This movie's very clearly structured. I think Kevin Feige said it, so I'll be more confident in saying this kind of thing. But, he was saying about how, like, the movie doesn't sit you down and go, this is Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern, you know? It just expects you to catch up. Which I think is a very bold choice, but I didn't notice it when I was watching. Now, to be fair, I am the exact kind of person who did know, like, a decent amount about the characters going in. There was a lot of conversation surrounding Guy Gardner when the movie was, like, in its infancy of promotion, because, his actor is, like, one of the classic, it's, my brain. It's my brain. It's not working today. I've not got the functional brain use today. But, yeah, no, I ended up hearing a lot about Guy Gardner going into it, because he was, like, a very big thing of, core of discussion, because people were like, oh, why is Guy Gardner in it? Why is he the Green Lantern? He's being cast as, like, the guy who's been cast as, like, a guy who ends up in a lot of James Gunn's movies, because they're buddies. I don't know, I find it interesting when, like, a director is buddies with a lot of people, and then that means that those people often end up in the guy's movies. Like, I know some people dislike it, but I think it's kind of cute. You know? It's like, yeah, no, me and him, we're buddies, so, like, I'm making a new movie, so I phone him up and like, hey, man, do you want a part in my new movie? You know? I always find it quite funky. Honestly, with the amount that James Gunn is trying to promote himself alongside the universe, the DC universe, I'm kind of surprised that he's not what was it called? In it. I'm kind of surprised he's not a character in it. I really would have expected like a cameo of or something. Which I guess is probably good that he's not being that egotistical with it, but... Like, I don't know, I just think of like when like Taika Waititi cast himself in Thor. And stuff like that. Taika Waititi is such an interesting conundrum to me, because like... One movie, and now everyone hates him. Right? Like... How... Like... Am I wrong, or was it just Thor Love and Thunder that entirely tarnished that guy's reputation? Because I swear it was just Thor Love and Thunder. I cannot, like... Because, like, what, he did Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit, then Thor Love and Thunder, and now all of a sudden everyone hates him. When Thor Ragnarok and Jojo Rabbit were pretty fucking good movies, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Jojo Rabbit, but Jojo Rabbit was pretty damn good. I'll be honest. I'll be real and honest. Jojo Rabbit was a really good film. That's the case... I don't know. I don't necessarily slate directors casting themselves in their projects, honestly. Like, I was acting like I might have there for a moment, but, like, it's not something I necessarily see as that big of a taboo or faux pas or anything. I know some people might. What is Jojo Rabbit? Let me do some egg counting first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we got the full 10. Yeah, not heard of that one. Jojo, I'm back. Oh god, I'm gonna have to explain Jojo Rabbit. Okay, so it's a gallows comedy. It's a gallows comedy movie about a young boy during the Second World War in Nazi Germany, he's a Hitler Youth, and his imaginary friend is Hitler, as played by Taika Waititi. It's a good one. Trust me. You've got to trust me on this one. It's really funny. But it's got, like, actual heart. I don't know. There's a specific crux. The pumpkin got flagged for the Hitler one. There's a specific crux. No, trust me. There's a specific crux of the movie that is kind of a spoiler. Kind of a giant spoiler for one of the, like, most jaw-dropping moments in the film. But, I'm missing fun conversations because my phone has a charge and I can't plug my headphones in. I wonder if Finn has seen Jojo Rabbit. I'm gonna ask her, have you seen Jojo Rabbit? Because I feel like she might have. Maybe. I remember I was still in college when I watched it. And we watched it in the middle of a break, and we had to run back to class. We had to run all the way back to class. I kind of want to rewatch Jojo Rabbit. It was a good film. It was genuinely a good film. I portrayed it maybe a bit badly, but to be clear, not pro-Nazi. Quick, she can't hear. Talk about gay men. Why am I specifically shielding Finn? Like, why is Finn the crux of this? What? Like, why is it Finn specifically who we talk about gay men behind the back of? Like... But, like, yeah, no, it's because women. But, it's a good film. I'd highly recommend it if you like that kind of gallows comedy humor style. And I think it's one of the situations where I do respect Taika Waititi. Like, I don't necessarily dislike it when directors cast themselves in movies, right? Like, I think it's fine when a director casts himself in a movie, right? Like, sometimes maybe it's so they can make the character work best. Sometimes, like, it's maybe they just want to be in it, and that's fine. You're allowed to want to be in a movie that you're directing. That's okay. But Taika Waititi, I think, specifically chose to play Hitler because he didn't want to have to cast someone to play Hitler. He didn't want to have to look at audition tapes and be like, you would be perfect to play Hitler in my movie. And it also shows that it's kind of like taking Hitler less seriously, which is probably a good thing. I do wonder how the movie looks under today's lens as fascism is like a bit of a rising tide at the moment, bluntly put. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21... Let's talk about gay men, you talk about Hitler. I was already talking about Jojo Rabbit. Please do not. Like... Yeah, no, like, I don't know, I saw a clip of one of those fucking... I don't even know the name of the channel, but it's that bullshit thing where they get, like, one person who's an expert on a topic, and 20 fucking morons who know nothing about it, and then get the one person to talk to a wall of people who are too head up their own arse to even consider they might be wrong. And basically at one point he turned to the person he was talking to and was like, but you're not a conservative, you're basically a fascist. And the guy turned around and was like, yeah, I am, and then the whole room cheered, and it was like... Fucking what? Like... What do we do, man? What do we even do at this point? If people are that proudly cheering about it, like what? It's a nasty series of events. Just a foul, nasty series of events. Back to Superman! That's where it all loops in. Because Superman really is just such an anti-red pill movie, I think. It's a movie that, Back to Superman. It's a movie that, like, at its core is just about hope and... trying to do the right thing, you know? Like, it's just one of those movies that you leave and you're like, yeah, about, you know? It makes a very bold statement, and I don't know how... Well, funny thing, that probably not a lot of people know, Hitler's the final boss of Persona 2 back in 1999! What?! Isn't Persona about going into people's heads and destroying the evils within them? Oh, to have the nonchalant, jovial view of the Nazi Party and its affiliates that we seem to have in, like, the 90s and 2000s and 80s as well. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I don't know, the one that always gets me is... And now we're actually talking about... It kind of became that after 2. Oh, I see. Fair enough then. Like, actually talking about JoJo's this time. Like, you'd have to wonder if a modern-day Araki would have, put the Nazis in a version of Part 2. In a modern version of Part 2, in the way he did in the original. Because, like, my friends were talking about Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I thought they were talking about Jojo Rabbit. Different movies, I think. I think those might be different movies. Maybe. Just a little bit. I think those two movies might be a bit different. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. Like, but yeah, I can see where Araki was coming from, because it's like... Okay. These are the Pillarmen. These are the greatest threat that humanity's ever faced. If humanity's going to take them down, they're all going to have to team up to beat them. The Nazis. It's like, okay, Araki, I'm sure you were cooking something back when this first released, but these days... Yeah. You know? Okay, how have this many gone into the basket in the past 5 seconds? JoJo's is probably why I like men. I liked men before watching JoJo's. Are you gonna take that, SFA? Pumpkin is out homosexualing you. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Hello, Sitchin. Hello, Finn. Unfortunately, you've missed most of the conversation about Jojo Rabbit, but I will let you give any takes you have left over right now. To be fair, you missing Jojo Rabbit was probably a good thing, because I immediately then devolved into, realizations about our reality. So I saw some date everything content, and I realized I may date everything, so I'm kind of bi. But gay just sounds better. Yeah? Yeah? SFA on his way to get another sexual awakening from another piece of fictional media. Has any not drawn character attracted you, SFA? Jojo Rabbit, good, hell yeah. But, then the end of my general take was Superman good, because Superman was really good. Everyone here should watch Superman. Is my hot take. It was just that good of a film. All in all, just that damn good of a movie. Bi is cool if you're ace because you can be based. Bi is cool if you're ace because then you can be based. Kind of like a bit of a poem there. Sounds like a almost slogan. Why does being bi and ace make you based, Finn? Do elaborate. Is there elaboration here? I have done devious things to pictures of Kratos. Games don't count SFA. When I ask you, SFA, if you ever been attracted to an actual person who isn't drawn, I don't think you can go and say Kratos from video games. Like people you've dated? Okay. SFA's been in a relationship before? This is groundbreaking news. That was a bit mean. That was a bit mean, actually. I'm sorry, SFA. You have my apologies. That was maybe a little bit out of pocket. Because by B and ace, based. Oh, you mean like literally biased, based. Biased. Just some food for thought. Speaking of food for thought, I have not incremented any of these encounters. There was a time, but you're single now. Well, I guess the question still does stands because you just asked, like, people I've dated instead of said, yes, I've been attracted to people I've dated, Cahir. So I guess maybe I should reiterate the question just to make sure. So, like, I was attracted to one person I dated. Only one? Singular? You don't know you have bad taste. I see. Oh no. Eventually I went for heart, then I realized I'm not good at that either. Oh. Have you tried dating apps? No, I'm going for muscle. Have you tried going to the gym? Yes. Is that for both? One or neither? Fuck. I enunciated that, didn't I? Crikey, man. What was that? What was that for? Everyone there's so hot. Dating apps, no. SFA grinder arc when? SFA grinder arc imminent? I don't know. Okay, so like, I wonder, because I have a friend, right, who got back on dating apps a couple years back, and he's had like decent success, and has actually had like dates on it. I'm not sure if he's met anyone through it yet, but like he's had actual like a bit of success on it. When I was 18, I had no success at all, whatsoever on dating apps. And I'm trying to figure out if everyone's opinions on dating apps are specifically like opinions they formed. Specifically opinions they formed back when they were like 18 to 20, when dating apps are dog shit. I don't know, like, it's just like, meeting people hard, you know? Meeting people is difficile. We're gonna stop this conversation now, though, because I don't want to have it anymore. Everyone knows the best dating app is Discord. Because what you do is you play a video game with someone for one night, and then the next day... No, actually, maybe, like, leave it, maybe, like, 3 days. And then you're like, hey, I've had a big crush on you for a while now. No, actually, no. How do they put it? You know those, like, Discord e-daters who always, like, take things way too fast? And have the most cringy, horrifying confession messages? Are you saying we can't talk about gay men or dating apps? It was more the subject of dating that I was immediately driving myself away from, you know? Because I was, like, thinking, like, man, it's hard to meet people. And I didn't like that train of thought. That conversation wasn't going to go anywhere I wanted it to. So I decided to bite it in the arse right then and there, you know? I'm forever alone, so this is a hard conversation. That sounds like you haven't been forever alone in the past. Wait, SFA? SFA, I have an idea. Why don't you download all of JoJo's on Netflix and start watching it on the train at full volume? Then maybe someone will sit down next to you and be like, is that JoJo? And then they'll kiss you on the lips. I'm a bit of a wingman. I'm a bit of a wingman. I've been known to be a bit of a wingman. No, thankfully I don't know of these people. No, that's fair. Joke's on you, I already do that. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, this isn't information that surprises me, actually. Does it work? Does it work, SFA? We found the Daisy Girl. I am. Wait, guys, you know that? Guys, you know, like, that one in Marvel Infinity War, and the Red Skull's there, and he's like, I guide people to a treasure I cannot possess. That's me, guys. I'm like, wait, no, he was a Nazi. I'm not like him at all. Back to Jojo Rabbit, dude. Time is a flat circle. Cahir evil. Also, I'm quite fucking boring on public transport. I set an alarm and I fucking sleep. SFA being boring is not something I can conceive of. Hey, no. You're allowed to take a nap on public transport. Instantly, I've been proven false. Yeah? Someone did that on your bus and everyone near him was just watching intently. As in, like, it was JoJo's or another anime, or, like, it was just another TV show. The Earth is flat. I think it's cube. Minecraft. I'm a creeper! Minecraft Grim Reaper! It was JoJo's. Real, honestly. You'd love to see it. It's so fucking funny. I mean, the Earth is flat, no boober. Maybe we now know why you're single. Maybe we figured it out. You know? Maybe we found the reason now. Maybe. What was the other thing I was talking about? I feel like I was talking about something before we started talking about this. No, can't remember. Nope, can't remember. You know how it is when you can't remember. Me when I'm in a remembering competition. But I forgot to show up. Can I talk about Minecraft? What's there to talk about in Minecraft? You can't remember anything? Same. The Wither. The Ender Dragon. Maybe that was my biggest sin as of late. Is helping Rob stay up till 4 AM playing Minecraft. Should not have done that. That was not a wise decision. That was not a wise thing to do to poor Rob. You know? Like, there are kind things I could do to Rob. That wasn't one of them. They said he wouldn't come back, then texting Mojang you up at 5 AM. That was also me. Have you ever chugged a bottle of vinegar? Pumpkin, you've asked me to drink oil. Now you're asking me to drink vinegar. What's going on? What is wrong with you? So, I think there's multiple things that are so. Jaheim, hello, how goes it? I hope your week has been going well. Once again, doing the shiny roulette for the Legends ZA starter Pokemon. Obviously, tomorrow we have the Pokemon Presents, which is exciting. Not gonna lie, I was broken 8 this morning. I can imagine. I can imagine Have you considered chugging bleach? No, I can't say I have, actually, SFA. But man, did you just throw me back to, what is it, 2014 to 16? When that was, like, the funniest thing? When everyone was like, ah, chugging bleach. Because then it transformed into chugging Tide Pods. Eating Tide Pods. And then people actually tried eating Tide Pods. The world's an interesting place. And I don't mean in a good way. Have you considered drinking cactus juice? It'll quench you. It's the quenchiest. All I can remember about cactus juice is that one episode of Avatar, The Last Airbender, where they're going through the desert because the sand benders kidnapped Appa, and Sokka drank the cactus juice and was high off his tits for the rest of the episode. Why chug bleach when you can jump off a building? Why do either of those when you can watch Superman in cinemas? And what did Sokka say? Something misogynistic, I assume. Ugh. I shouldn't do that. I was thinking earlier today about how I hate all those memes where they make Captain America racist. And it's like, no. I understand that it's a joke. No, not Superman. I hate that guy. Finn, are we gonna have a problem? Oh. Finn. Are we gonna have a problem? How can you hate Superman? Finn hates Superman, but what about Clark and SFA? You just made me remember that I can clip that text and put Lex Luthor over it. I'm thinking the one where he's fucking molding. Where he's screaming right at the camera. With his bald fucking head. God, I love Lex in that movie. He was so fucking funny. Bald ass. He's a creep. Superman's a creep. Superman's a creep. What happened to the context? I don't have that image loaded up anymore. What do you mean Superman's a creep, Finn? Come on. He's like the GOAT. Superman is a Homelander clone. I'm gonna turn you into a Homelander clone, SFA. Right. I haven't actually watched The Boys. In fact, I've only seen one season of Invincible. I never watched the second season. No, he's a creep. I just have this knowledge. No, he isn't. Shut up. Do not slate. Do not hate on the GOAT like this. Superman is not a creep. He wouldn't do that. How fucking dare you? This isn't just a hill I would die on. I would haunt this hill as well. I fucking love Superman. He's just that cool. Superman slander will not be tolerated. Baseless accusations? Do what? I don't know what he does, I just know he's a creep. We're not friends anymore, Finn. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the fun. How dare you? How dare you make these baseless accusations against the GOAT? Against the GOAT. Go suck up to Lex Luthor or something. Because clearly you're trying to get that internship at Luthor Corp. Clearly you want that internship at Luthor Corp. It's just how it is. It's obvious. That's why you're saying this, isn't it? You want that Luthor Corp internship. You've genuinely quite upset me by saying this, Finn. I want to be clear. You do not go around calling Superman, of all people. Superman, of all people. Who the fuck is Lex Luthor? You see, and then you go and call Superman a creep. You know nothing. You know nothing. You steeped yourself in ignorance. You like Superman as well, but you love edgelords, so it's Batman for you. Batman is cool. Batman is cool. I do like Batman. Honestly, like, I was pretty ambivalent on it on first, but after thinking about it, I really, really hope. I really, really hope that they make Pattinson, they make Matt Reeves as Batman into the DCU Batman. Just because I think it'd be so funny to see Corn Sweat's Superman interact with Pattinson's Batman. Because they're just so different. They're just not... They're just very different characters. And it'd be so fucking funny to watch them interact. It'd be so fucking funny. Any shinies just got home? No shinies, unfortunately. Jelly, welcome back. You're not a big buff men kind of person. I mean, that's fair enough. But Superman, you don't need to be attracted to him. He's just cool. You can like characters without being into them. You know this, right? Right? I should play Batman games, Rob. You're so right. You should watch Superman as well. Then you'll see the truth. Then you'll see the truth. Why are you having a mass funeral? Because those weren't shinies. So they go. So they go. They leave. I need them not. We're also at 300 encounters, which means Felix was wrong again. One day Felix is going to be right. And you know, like, when Richard Watterson got a job and the world collapsed? That's going to happen. So we're going to have to go back through the records. You used to like Superman, then you left the cave. No. No. No, 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 no. You're not doing this. You're not doing this to me. You're just mad that he's so whimsical and kind. And just wants to help people. I need the guy from Supernatural to be Batman in the next movie. I don't know, I quite liked Robert Pattinson as Batman. I know you didn't. But I thought he was quite good. Jensen Ackles, the VA for Batman in some animated Batman movies. He's done it so well. I see, I see. Alright, I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. I will be right back. It's me. I'm back. Hello. While he's gone, I can say I don't actually hate Superman. I just get bad vibe from the guy across the street if you're walking towards you. No, you can stop being controversial for now. Everyone should agree with me all the time. I was thinking while I was away, I don't like it when I'm fighting for my life on streams. You guys should agree with me all the time. And always back me up. You know? You agree? Thank you, SFA. That's what I'm talking about. However, Finn, you've unfortunately sealed yourself to a dark fate, and that is one day I'm going to force you to watch Superman. It's just how it is. This isn't slander I'm taking. As someone who hasn't watched the new Superman movie, I think it's great. Thank you, Jelly. Thank you. You should watch it, by the way. It's too good of a vibe of a movie for Superman to be called a creep. I'm just putting it out there. Although, to be fair, if you're talking about Henry Cavill's Superman, I can see where you're coming from. That's not what I was saluting, I'll have you know. Well, too late, you've agreed to it. You've agreed to it now. Going to the theatre alone is like the worst thing to do. Okay, no, I went to Superman alone, and I really enjoyed it. I think it did ruin the rest of my afternoon, because I was at the theatre alone, but I did enjoy it still. So that's what I've learned about going to the theatre alone, is it doesn't ruin your enjoyment of the movie, but the aftermath. If you watch it, you may hate him even more. If you do that, then I know that clearly I made a very poor judgment in who to be friends with, and I'll block you on everything. You know? You'll get around to it, but you hate going to the cinema by yourself? Me going down to Cornwall to watch Superman with Rob. Well, I do hate Henry Cavill for no explainable reasons. That may be it. I think there are explainable reasons. Hasn't he said, like, concerning things about how he dislikes the Me Too movement? Which is generally not something a guy says unless he's done something very bad. Like, a guy saying he dislikes the Me Too movement, like, it's generally a self-report, right? We can agree on that, can't we? Context for idiots, you? So the Me Too movement was a movement in, like, the kind of 2010s, where it was basically women saying that they too had been, like, affected and had been... I'm not sure if it's specific to sexual assault or if it's just general sexual harassment. But, bluntly put, and Henry Cavill in an interview once said, I can't remember the exact way he said it, but he said something about how he disliked the Me Too movement. Generally, if a guy's saying he dislikes a movement specifically devoted to women saying they've been victims of sexual harassment, like, you have to wonder why they dislike that, you know? Suspicious indeed, exactly, so... But, anyway, Henry Cavill's Superman in general was just not a good adaptation of Superman. The only people who seem to think it was were the people who were exposed to Henry Cavill's adaptation of Superman as the first adaptation of Superman. You know? But, yeah. Crikey. But, moving on. It is funny, when does the next season of The Witcher premiere? What are we on? Season 4? Google AI has told me it's 2025. Apparently everyone's saying 2025. I find it funny that Henry Cavill has been in 2 very big roles over the past, I'm going to say decade at this point. Because I think Man of Steel released, like, earlier on in the 2010s. But, like, Henry Cavill was Superman and The Witcher. This year, there is a new Superman and a new Witcher, and he's in neither of them. He has been replaced in both. Which is rather fucking funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But, like, Superman. He's on the brains. I just enjoyed the movie a lot. Like, I think it's genuinely one of my favorite movies of the year. It might be my favorite movie of the year. I'm trying to figure out, right? Because I think I've seen 2 things in cinema this year. Mickey 17 and Doctor Who. Doctor Who's out of the equation. That was kind of horseshit. I enjoyed the rest of the season. I don't agree that this whole, I don't agree that this whole, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, no, yeah. I don't agree that the whole season was garbage. I think that it was good up until the end, when clearly the reshoots kind of gave it a bit of an iffy ending, which is going to leave a bad taste in my mouth for Tutti going forward, just because of his underwhelming send-off. That was clearly not meant to happen, but, like, all in all, I feel like it was just a fell at the final hurdle bit. But the episode of Doctor Who still wasn't good. So that wasn't the favourite thing I've seen in the cinema this year. Pardon me. Which puts the other thing as Mickey 17 and Superman. Mickey 17 was really good. I really like Mickey 17. But I think I felt more during Superman. As much as Mickey 17 was a really fucking good film and I'd really recommend it, Superman made me feel something. So did they do the Starman thing? Unfortunately not, but I honestly think they have a better stinger. I think they have a better stinger. A better song drop. That embodies the themes of the film. While I would have loved them to do Starman, and I hope one day we do get a proper Starman being the theme of, like, unofficial theme of, like, a Superman thing. Like, yeah. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Who do you even ask if the artist is dead? Generally you ask their estate, which is like the group that's generally managed by their family, that will like manage like the funds generated by the products after the death. So there are people that you ask if an artist dies, who own the property rights to the music and such. So it is a possible thing, even despite Bowie being dead. But again, all the same, I think that was a better stinger. I don't know how much I can comment on I don't know, I feel a bit weird comment, like, I've never been much of a punk, right? I've never really considered myself much of a punk. So, while I like the concept of considering kindness and having empathy punk rock, while I like that idea, I'm not sure how much I can claim it, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just overthinking things as per usual. I might just be overthinking things as per usual, but I at least appreciated the sentiment and where it was coming from, and thought it was a very strong crux of the movie, and there is a very specific thing that kind of revolves around that idea. Who am I kidding? Everyone knows punk rocker Yes I Am is like the theme of the movie at this point, because every bloody post of the movie has that behind it. Usually they get copyright enforced up to 15 years after the death, then it's free to use? Really? Huh. That's surprising. We don't know anything about the movie? I guess you know that a bit now. But I won't say anything else on that matter then. $19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24. I know Lex Luthor was apparently great, and I guess that's it. Lex Luthor was great. Generational hater, honestly. And, like, something really good happened with him at the end. Multiple good things. It was just good. I realized in saying that, I'm just gonna shut up. I need to be careful not to do what my dad always does, because whenever I talk to my dad about something that I'm excited for, but he's already, like, read or watched or whatever, he does an impeccable job at spoiling me on it. And then I was like, what? Like, he's given me, like, major spoilers for the past, like, 3 books I've wanted to read that he'd already read. Because, what was it called? Because he just doesn't do a good enough job at filtering himself. At censoring himself. He just says shit, and it's like, okay, that's a big plot point that you've just spoiled for me, mate. Hate to say it, I'd rather you didn't say that. And he's like, oh, okay, sorry. And then he will do it again. So whenever we talk about something... What were they? I for real need recommendations. Dune. Okay, no. So the book he spoiled for me was Children of Dune. Because I just finished Dune Messiah. And he spoiled something that happened in Children of Dune. But Dune I'd really recommend. 3 Body Problem. That's a really good one. Really enjoyed 3 Body Problem, and he spoiled a bit. That wasn't a big spoiler, the one he gave me for 3 Body Problem, but it was still a spoiler all the same, and it was like, come on, man. Come on, man. You could have thought that through a bit more, but you didn't. Oh, wow. I think those are the main 2, actually. Now that I think about it, I think those are the main 2. Because the main other thing I've read recently was Blue Box. But, yeah. I'd recommend Blue Box. That was really good. Ugh. Yawn. Are the movies on Dune better or worse? The movies are really, really good. I'm not sure if I'd rank them higher or lower than the books, but I would recommend them highly. And my father, a fan of the Dune books from more or less when he was young, would also really recommend them. So that's not just a me thing who saw the movies first, you know? Like, I know sometimes if you, like, watch the movies first, you're like, oh yeah, no, that's really good. But, like, obviously, like, that's tainted your opinion. But that's not what's happened. Oh my god! Let the eggs overflow there a bit, didn't I? Alright, yeah. I think I'll do one more batch of eggs after this one, and then I'll end. But yeah, the Dune movies are really good. Denis Villeneuve really knew what he was doing. I prefer reading the source material first, especially since I know nothing about Dune and the outside of seeing big sandworms picture. That's fair, that's fair. I mean, yeah, no, I don't think there's any negatives to reading the books than watching the movies. I think you will still very much appreciate the movies after the book, but I would highly recommend the Dune series if you like sci-fi. And Three Body Problem. I'd also really recommend Three Body Problem if you like sci-fi. But if you're going to read the book, I wouldn't necessarily recommend watching the series. More meant as in spoilers, you want to go in blind. Yeah, wait, did I say any spoilers? Because I was just thinking, like, you just meant... Wait, so you're saying you prefer reading the book before watching the movie because of spoilers? Flane, hello, how goes it? I hope your week has been going well so far. You looking forward to the Pokemon Presents coming tomorrow? I'm shiny hunting the Legend ZA starters. Well, I was shiny hunting the Legend ZA starters. Now it's a bit of a mix of the Kalos and Legend ZA starters. But, I'm putting Meganium, Chestnut, and Feraligatr all in a picnic with a Ditto, which means my eggs are randomized, so I don't know which shiny I'm going to get. Banana bread. No, I'm not a big banana fan, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest and real, I'm not the biggest banana fan, I'm sorry. No, I meant if I watched the movie, I'd spoil the book, basically, for yourself. Oh, that's what I said, wasn't it? But, I mean, that's fair enough. I don't know. Once a friend of mine told me that they didn't want to read Dungeon Meshi because it would spoil them for the anime, and it was like, that's not how that works, actually. And I was like, that's not how that works, really, I'm gonna be honest. But oh well. I'd really recommend reading Dungeon Meshi if you've finished the anime and want to want more. Dungeon Meshi is good. How could you, you horrible person? I just never really liked the taste. I can respect bananas for being one of the foods that come pre-packaged. Pre-packaged foods with biodegradable packaging, because I respect that a lot. I have respect for that, you know? I just don't vibe with the taste. Especially since, like, if you put banana in anything, it becomes banana flavored. Right? Like, banana is a food that if you put in anything at all, it is no longer any of the flavors you put in prior, it is banana. It is maybe banana and blank. It's so much better than cake, though. No, like, you can't just say that, because cake is a very broad subject. Cake isn't just one singular concept. There's a lot that goes into cake as a concept. Are you talking chocolate cake, sponge cake, cheesecake? You talking cake with jam in it? You know, like chocolate cake then? I mean, not really, because it's chocolate cake. Who doesn't love a good bit of chocolate cake? Plus, banana bread tastes of bananas. I kind of agree that if you just want to see the stuff animated, I'd rather just wait than read the rest. Yeah, I don't know. I just think Dungeon Meshi is a good enough story that if you want to know more about it, you ought to go and learn more about it, you know? Innit? Sure, I know I'm always being like I don't check Discord on stream, but Finn and Rob, and Jello actually, Jello, you can give your opinion as well. And everyone give me your opinion. The person who just joined the Discord server has a mad bot that's going to try and sell everyone art vibes, right? You don't like chocolate cake. You know what? I don't like banana bread, you don't like chocolate cake. We can agree to disagree on that, you know? Yeah, it does. It does. I might just ban them right now. I'd feel a bit bad. You don't even use the Discord. That's fair enough. But just imagine finishing One Piece and not wanting to pick up the manga since you'd rather see the fights animated without spoiling. I guess that's a fair point. But I feel like there's a lot of value in... I still think there's a lot of value in reading it. Because that's, like, the original way that, like, the author intended it to be. You know? I think that just because an anime fight scene can be all fluid and flashy and boom, 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 I think, like, a well-paced manga fight scene can still be peak. And I think people who are like, I just want to see it animated, I don't know, I feel like they're kind of sleeping on how good manga can be. You know? IMO. But I can see where you're coming from, I just think people sleep on manga a lot. Most manga I've read were better than the anime. I feel like that often ends up being the case. It's, like... I'd say at the least, it's often, like, maybe a bit on par with the anime, is a couple steps behind. I guess it's just the, like, issue of adapting, you know? I will say anime tends to be, like, one of the best forms of adaptive media. Because anime tends to have actual respect for the source material in a way that sometimes filmmakers just don't have. Because I can't remember which filmmaker it is, which director it is, but there's one director who says that when he is adapting a book, he'll read the book through once and then throw it away and then make his own thing based on the same themes. And it's like, but you're not adapting the book then. You're just doing your own fucking thing, aren't you? Like, that's just not adapting a book anymore. Just seems a bit bullshit. Genius. No, it isn't. Like, if I wrote a book and it got adapted by someone who just didn't give a shit about the source material enough to, like, try and adapt it, I don't know. It just feels like a bit of an insult to the author, and it just feels like... No, you can adapt this. It's happened plenty of times before. When people want to see an adaptation of something popular and then it's a completely different thing. Exactly. Like, and I'm not saying it can't be good. Because, like, How to Train Your Dragon, everyone loves How to Train Your Dragon. In the books, Toothless is this tiny little thing. In the books, Toothless is this absolutely minuscule little thing. Runt of the litter, dime a dozen dragon. Rather than, like, this legendary nigh on last of his kind. Superpowered fucker. And usually they lose qualities the target audience was looking forward to. Exactly. But, like, I'm aware that if I read the How to Train Your Dragon books first, I probably would have been disappointed as fuck watching that movie, because it was nothing like the book at all. It was good, it had a lot of source, it had a lot of aura. It's kind of why I got hopeful for the How to Train Your Dragon live action, Because I was like, look, why not in the live action make that the adaptation to the book? But it's like, they just didn't do that, and it was kind of dumb. Like, they had a perfect opportunity to do that, right? But they just kind of didn't, and it's like, cool. So now we've got a series of animated films adapted from a book, but it's nothing like the book. And then we've got an adaptation of the animated films that is exactly a shot-for-shot remake of the fucking animated movie. What's going on? Why can the animated movie not adapt the book well, but the live-action adaptation of the animated movie is, like, literally the same as the animated movie? Why? Except apparently the live-action movie removes one of the key scenes from the animated film, right? Because when Toothless and Hiccup are on that beach eating fish, when fucking Hiccup and Toothless are on that beach eating fish, right? And then one of those little fuckers steals one of the fish from Toothless, and then Toothless, like, shoots a burst of his fucking boosted shit into the guy's mouth, and he goes, oh! And then he's stumbling around, and then Hiccup goes, oh, they're not fireproof on the inside. And that's a key point, that's a key plot point to how they take down the actual big, bad, evil fucking giant dragon at the end. It's by using the knowledge of the fact that it's not fireproof on the inside. And they cut the scene that foreshadows that. They cut the Chekhov's gun. They removed the Chekhov's gun, so Hiccup now just pulls a Glock out of his pocket in the final act of the movie and shoots the enemy point blank in the face. Even though you didn't even know he had it there. If I was in this situation, I'd probably be a co-director, as in if you wrote a book and it was going to get adapted into a movie. I mean, Suzanne Collins, from what I understand, with the Hunger Games, was like a massive overseer of the writing of the Hunger Games movies. Beer. Yeah? Doesn't this happen with most children's books movies? I wouldn't actually know. Maybe, to be fair? I don't know. I guess I hadn't thought about it like that. How to Train Your Dragon is the main one I've seen. Because Shrek's a massive departure from the source material as well, isn't it? I don't think the original was at all, though. Yeah, that sounds rather silly. It is, it is. Is there any reason to even do that when you're trying to make a perfect recreation of something? Genuinely, I have no idea why. Like, I'm guessing it was just to the point where the filmmaker knew the movie, like, where the director knew the movie so well, like, the back of his hand, that he just kind of forgot that that part of the story is that necessary. You know? That he just kind of genuinely forgot how important that part of the film is, because he kind of knew the film and the characters in and out. From what I understood, they did actually film it. That scene was actually filmed. They just didn't put it in the final cut. Bizarre. I wonder if they watched it. I'd be interested to know. I'm gonna try and knock these ones out because it's almost 10. I mean, some don't check out what they're actually adapting, so that is true, that is true. Which is crazy. I don't get it, man. Like, if I, like, obviously I know that Like, the weird thing is, right? The weird thing is, to be clear, sorry, I didn't specify this. The director of the How to Train Your Dragon live-action movie was the exact same director who directed the original. That's why it's a shot-for-shot remake, because he didn't want them to fuck it up. Right? So he made the original, and that's why it's even more egregious that they cut the scene, right? Because he made the original. He made the original movie. And like, I guess if I was offered the opportunity to remake a movie that I'd already made in live action, I think I would take that offer up just out of fear of what someone else might do to something I made. Right? So I get that. It's just, okay, you still made an inferior product though, buddy. Honest mistake they forgot. That's like genuinely the only reasonable explanation I can think of. Because there's no way in hell they would have deliberately cut that scene. Knowing what it meant. Knowing how important it was to the plot. Just kind of comes across as like a, oh, it was for the pacing. And it's like, okay. Didn't you say they actually filmed it and everything? They did! Like, I'm guessing that there was some kind of watch-through of it where they were like, this scene kind of cuts the pacing a bit, we should remove it. Forgetting how important the scene was. You know? But it's just silly. It's just a shame that the Lilo and Stitch remake got over 1 billion, because for a moment there was hope, there was light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe they weren't going to keep on remaking animated movies with live-action slop, but no. The Lilo and Stitch movie made too much money. They're definitely, like, for a moment there, Snow White almost killed their chances. For a single fleeting second, no one wanting to watch the Snow White remake also got rid of the shitty live-action remakes. I'm sure the Disney execs were, like, reconsidering shit. And now they're considering shit again, because they're like, well, the Lilo and Stitch remake did really well. So why did that one do well, but the Snow White one didn't? And obviously it's Stitch, right? Like, the reason is Stitch at this point. Stitch is just a very, like, marketable character. Which is good. He's funky. But it's bad because it meant that the movie got over 1 billion. Which I think puts it in some of the highest grossing movies of all time. It's pretty confusing seeing the Secret Service guy being an actual Secret Service guy, not an X1. Oh, you've seen it. Is it true that at the end, Lilo's, is it sister or cousin? Fucking leaves her to go to university in America. Is it bad if I spoil this? No. I'd be surprised if anyone gave a shit. Telling everyone how, like, say, Superman kisses Lex Luthor on his bald head at the end of Superman, that would be a big spoiler, and would ruin the movie for everyone. But, like, no one's going to care about a Lilo and Stitch live-action movie spoiler. The one who looks after her is her sister. Okay, I thought it was her sister. She goes to study, I forgot where, but they had an end scene where she teleports home secretly with the portal gun from the portal. Okay, I see. So they're kind of sheeping out, but she still very much did leave her sister behind. It just seems like a bit of a confusing message, when the main message of the original is Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. Like, that was, like, more or less the fucking tagline of the movie. Was Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left... Okay. But you just left your sister behind. They've got new adults there anyway. I still feel like that kind of defies the point. Kind of shows a critical missed the point moment. But, isn't Lilo, like, 5 as well? She is! I don't know. I just think it's silly, but I think all live-action remakes are silly. It kind of shows this distaste for animation as a medium. I don't really understand, because I think animation is a lovely and creative medium that can really expand the scopes of what a movie is trying to do. And while fundamentally the technology is there, that a movie in the modern day has less restrictions and limits, I don't think that means we need to go back to old movies that we couldn't have made in live action when they first came out and make them in live action now. That just seems dumb and stupid. Like, animated movies are animated because of the merits of being an animation. Live action movies are live action because of the benefits of them being in live action. Like, there doesn't need to be the crossover. The big blue alien was actually vile too. And wasn't he, like, not even a villain in the first one? It's been a solid decade since I saw the first Lilo and Stitch. So, I'm just remembering arguments I saw on Twitter, but... How many of the fucking eggs I already got? Okay, some of the best visual masterpieces of cinema are animated. Exactly. Like, animation is really a place where you can kind of flex that kind of creative muscle in an interesting way. Like, stuff like Spider-Verse is absolutely gorgeous, as everyone agrees. That's not the button I meant to press. That was the button I meant to press. Just double check I was in the right box before I go into the picnic. Not anymore. Not anymore. So recent Puss in Boots movie was amazing. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't take away from. Oh, not a more. Okay, sorry. The not anymore so recent Puss in Boots movie. Okay. You know, I don't even want to know when Puss in Boots came out. I don't want to know. I don't want to know because it'll probably make me feel old. But yeah, no, Puss in Boots was great. Puss in Boots was a visual treat. Shit like Demon Slayer is gorgeous. Looks absolutely banging. Oh, wait, nope. Like, what's it called? Can't remember the brainwave I'm trying to squeeze out. The manga is also really cool to you, at least. That's fair. I've not actually read the Demon Slayer manga. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I am being hypocritical at this point by not reading the manga of Demon Slayer, but Especially since I keep on getting, like... I've not, like, I keep on getting minor little spoilers that make me go, oh. Now I know that's gonna happen. And it's frustrating. But, hey. Movie's coming out at the end of the year, so... The anime is almost nearing its end since they're releasing the second last arc as a movie right now, I think. They are indeed. I'm guessing they're releasing the whole rest of the series as a movie, right? Because from what I understand, the final... Like, the second to last arc flows pretty nicely into the final arc as well, right? So, we've got 3 movies confirmed. So I'm guessing it's going to be Infinity Castle and then the final arc as well. In the 3 movies. You need more Psyche K, real and true. But then again, maybe not real and true. I don't know. I feel like Psyche K ended on its own terms. I'd rather them not burn it out on its own, you know? Like, I don't think we necessarily need to have Psyche K... Like, it ended on its own terms when it was ready, rather than drawing itself out into oblivion. The final battle was Infinity Castle, and the final arc is Sunshine Countdown. Psyche K is pretty much gone since the manga just ended on the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger being him getting his powers back, or is there a different cliffhanger? Is there a different cliffhanger I'm not aware of that you can feel free to spoil? Because I'm not sure I'm going to read the manga. But Psyche K was great. Psyche K, I think, is one of my favourite comedy series, just in general. I saw a funny fucking clip the other day. What was it called? Yeah, I saw a clip the other day. It was, when Psyche and... Kaido? Here, can I enlist Rob? Why are you asking me? Rob is his own person, with his own desires and wants. True, but it's the last anime that could make me belly laugh. That has not happened to you for a long time. Have you watched Kaguya-sama Love is War? Wish maybe he didn't get his powers back. I get why they reset it to the status quo at the end, though. I don't know, I think there would have been that air of dissatisfaction where there would have been a lot of people who would have said the exact same thing, but in reverse. Where, oh, I wish he got his powers back at the end, you know? So it was always going to be one or the other. And the fact that he did get his powers back kind of puts us in a situation where we can imagine a more Psyche K, right? You did a bit. Ah, fair. Did it not really do it for you? But, yeah. What words am I trying to squeeze? Couldn't get through it? That's a shame, but fair enough. Kaguya-sama was just as funny as Psyche K to me. Maybe Psyche K was a bit better. But, Kaguya-sama was great, I thought. I think Finn's gone now, so I can't ask her opinion on it. I think there was another comedy anime. Maybe? You know, I might just be thinking of the fucking Deer anime that everyone spent months hyping up. People were hyping that Deer anime up to Kingdom Coming back, and then it was fucking mid as hell. First I thought it was just an Netflix anime, but the manga ended the same. I see. But yeah, no. Fucking that Deer anime was just so fucking mediocre. Everyone spent months and months on this is going to be the next big comedy anime. Nokotan is peak and I refuse to watch it so I won't be disappointed. Do not watch it, Jelu. Do not. Do not watch it. You will be so disappointed. I have a little bit of time now, but might not be able to do many runs. I see. You're content with your memes. That's fair. Stay content with your memes. The Sotark's Chikonokonoko map is so peak, though. Oh, I see. Then... You know, I'm going to recommend it again. What is it? Takopi's Original Sin is one of the best anime I've ever seen, I think. It's got like 2 episodes left. It's only 6 episodes in total. But it is genuinely jaw-dropping as an anime. Like, really good. Takopi, which I believe is octopus. Because the main character's a little... He's a little octopus children's show mascot. Whose kind of MO is making kids happy. But he's dropped in a bit of a bleak world. To put it lightly. He's a bit out of his depth, let me say. I'll say it like that. There's also the Funny Squid Girl anime, which is the Funny Squid Girl anime. Can you believe we're in the last day of Pokepark 2 era, by the way? Yeah, no, we're going to get Pokepark 3 tomorrow. That's what they're teasing with the Pikachu stuff. I'm going to be honest, I'm becoming more and more of the opinion that we're not actually getting teased anything, and they're just doing a little Pikachu's DJ in preparation for Pokemon Presents. It's been a long 14 years. What do you mean, Felix? Pokepark 2 only came out a couple of years ago. It's literally just a squid girl wanting to invade humanity. Yeah? Let's grab some eggs. I think I might just do this twice, because this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I might just wait around for another 10, then I'll be chilling. And then I'll squeeze out the rest of the eggs, and then I will finish up. Squid Game! In a good place right now. Whatever is revealed tomorrow, I'm going to be joyous AF. That's fair, that's fair. I'm really interested. I just, like, I don't think we're going to get anything new. We're just getting ZA and Champions news, along with like the mobile stuff and maybe some TCG. But I'm interested to see what we're going to get revealed for ZA. I hope, like, it's 24 minutes. I hope a decent chunk of that, like, I feel like a decent chunk of that is going to be devoted to Champions, but I hope a decent chunk of the rest is devoted to ZA, where we maybe get a bit more of the groundwork of the story. Like, because they're not going to reveal the whole story. They'll give us a bit of the, like, starting moments of the story, like they did with Scarlet Violet. And then I hope we get a couple new Mega Evolutions. Felix, what do you think about the Pokemon Rhythm game Bruger was talking about? Yeah, would you like a Pokemon Rhythm game? Ding dong, ding dong. I don't think I was there for talking about that, but I would not care for it, probably. Yeah, I'm not all that big of a rhythm game fan. I have got, like... I don't know, I'm not all that good with rhythm. Never been that good of a... Not been that rhythmically gifted, I'll be honest. I'll be honest and real. No, I ain't got rhythm! I ain't got rhythm! I ain't got rhythm! I ain't got rhythm! You know? You feel me? 2, 3. There was thunder and lightning early, which was pretty fucked up. Like, I did not expect the thunder and lightning. I literally can't press 2 buttons at the same time. You can't get worse. Damn. I think I can do that, but my rhythm skills are still lacking. What do you mean there's another 6? No, there should be a full box. Oh. Guess I'll have to wait for a little bit longer. But yeah, no, I probably would not pick up a Pokemon Rhythm game. But, I'm interested to see... I don't know, I feel like we're not getting a new game announced, is my blunt take. I've been thinking about it. I think it's just promotion. I think they're just doing Pokemon Presents promotion, right? Because it was a Pikachu dancing, and now there are a bunch of other Pikachu dancing. I think they're just trying to be like, look how cute these Pikachu are. And I think in between every little announcement at the Pokemon Presents, they're going to have the Pikachu doing the little dancey DJ thing and be like, whoop, 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 whoop. And then they'll cut and they'll be like, Pokemon TCG Pocket! That's right, another 16 booster sets are releasing tomorrow! I want the creepy Pikachu animatronic back. I want... Hey You Pikachu 2. I didn't play the original, but I remember all of the Pokemon... All of the Nintendo YouTubers, actually, back in the 2010s, they always did that Hey You Pikachu review, and they were always like, man, this sucks. This is so bad. He doesn't fucking listen to me. And they'd always have this, like, long, extended bit of them having a breakdown over Pikachu not listening to them. And then, like, their evil doppelganger would come in and be like, oh, Pikachu won't listen to you. You should play the game you hate. Oh. And then they'd be like, you know? You know the vibe? Am I the only one who... I'm trying to figure out who here maybe just is entirely out the loop of that era of Nintendo YouTube. Because I'm in the loop. Please be 6. 1. 2. 3. Fuck. Hoping for cool new stuff, but if not, it's literally chill. Like, everything is totally fine, it doesn't really affect me in any way. Real and true. If there is nothing for you, then there'll be things for you elsewhere. Like Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. Or the Superman movie. It'd be creepy if it affected everyone's lives drastically. That would be interesting, you know? Like, the Pokemon Presents starts. Honestly, I don't think it would be this Presents, though, you know? Maybe next February's Pokemon Presents when they turn around and they go, everybody, we have an announcement to make! Pokemon are real now! The next Pokemon game is real life! All of the Pokemon are in the real world now. All of them. Even the legendaries. Hold on, I'm not that cool. Let's aim a little lower. Overwatch update tomorrow, so I'll be entertained. Oh, I see. You've got some slop freshly lined up. So if you get disappointed by the Pokemon Presents... Been done already, the manhwa slop is gonna sue? Oh. Oh, that'd be so fun. I think it would be an interesting experience. I don't know, I'd rather go to the Pokemon world than have the Pokemon world be here. Because I feel like the Pokemon world's got this odd equilibrium set. Where everything isn't fucked up here. But if it was like our world, then it would be quite fucked up. Have you not seen the 99,999 different series where video games become a reality and the world gets ruined? No. I only tend to... I was gonna say, like, read and watch things for adults, but that's not true. I'm playing Pokemon. But pretend my answer was something that witty and smart. You know? Pretend my answer was somewhere there along the witty and smart scale. That's pretty witty and smart by your standards, and well done. What do you mean by my standards? All of a sudden that's become rather backhanded. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, right? Then again, I don't think Felix does compliments. To me specifically, maybe. Maybe Felix does do compliments, it's just they're never aimed in my direction. And that's how it always should be, yeah. It would be a bit odd if one day Felix walked into chat and was like, you know, Cahir, I really appreciate your live streams, you're so funny. I'd expect there to be like some kind of like bit or prank going on. I'm literally so nice to you. Sure. Of course you are. Yep. I keep on forgetting to increment. Me when I'm in an incrementing competition, and I'm gonna fucking lose because I don't increment. I've been saying the competition thing a lot again lately. I stopped for a bit, I think when I was on holiday, because, obviously, as previously mentioned, I was on holiday with my father, who would not get those jokes and bits. If I tried to do those bits on my father, I think he would give me a funny look. He does do that often anyway, I'll be honest. But he went to Increment City and came back with some souvenirs. Increment City. Yeah. I went to Increment City and everyone knew you. Man, I ache. What's up with that? Crazy stuff. Not been getting into aching recently. Not a big fan of aching, I'll be honest. Not something I'm all that into. I'd quite like it if I stopped aching. But I guess beggars can't be choosers and whatnot, you know? I'll just have to ache. Did you guys know they, like, changed the recipe of leads, right? Now all you need to make a lead is string in Minecraft. I'm talking about Minecraft. All you need to make a lead in Minecraft is just string. And that's insane. That's really nice. Like, I went straight to the Nether to grab a Happy Ghast, and fucking hell, those guys just fly wherever they want to. So a lead is good to have, to stop it from leaving. Slime balls ain't that hard to get. They are, because you need a swamp. And stuff like, or like a slime chunk. Like, I never get leads in the early game, right? It's just how it is. But, now, leads are an early game item. Like, I have historically never had leads in the early game. I mean, after you get one slime block, you can oozing farm them. You can what? Oh, you can, can't you? That's the potion effect, isn't it? That's still not that early game, though, because you need blaze rods and stuff to do that. Like, obviously there are some people who can immediately get the, obviously there are some people who can just, like, immediately get to, like, the nether and shit and, like, get all the good shit from the nether, right? There are those people who can immediately get ruined. But I feel like most people don't. Sure, I guess leads should be available soon. Exactly. They should be available nice, quick, and inconveniently, because they're literally just some rope. Like, in a lot of cases, it's just easier to use a wheat or carrots or whatever to maneuver mobs around. Would make trapping animals easier since I hate that. Exactly. And it's still a decent chunk of string that you need, which means you need to kill a few spiders for it, right? So you still need to do something to get the string. Honestly, I think I got the string from pickle and bartering, but that's not really the point I'm trying to make, so I'm not going to make it. I was trying to barter for a dried ghast because I found one in the Soul Sand Valley and then destroyed it somehow. Don't know how I destroyed it. Apparently they always drop. I just didn't get it to drop that first time. Then I went to find another dried ghast, and I actually found it this time. And then I incubated it, and then I had a happy ghast. Then I had a happy ghast. And that was pretty cool. They're slow as shit, I'm gonna be honest. How does string to wool work? It is 4 string per 1 wool. Oh. Like weave it together? I guess. I guess you are by hand weaving that string into wool. Like, I guess. No, I don't guess. I think it's just one of those things, right? Like, I feel like there are a few other things in Minecraft where it's like, how does that turn into that, you know? Like, 4 bits of string becoming a meter cube of wool is pretty unrealistic. But making a cake with 3 buckets of milk is also pretty unrealistic. Let's be real for a moment. You know? Have you ever made a cake? Yes, I have. You don't use 3 buckets of milk. You use, like, a cup at most. A bucket can fit a meter cube of water and or lava inside of it, which means that's a lot of fucking milk in that bucket. You do not need 3... I would be interested to see someone make a cake with 3 buckets worth of wool. Wool? Milk. We somehow never made cake in cooking classes. Huh. Did I? No, well, yeah, no, I made cake in cooking classes. I made, like, pineapple upside down cake and shit. That's weird. Cake's like... Cake and cookies are peak. Cookies especially. I made cookies the other week. And they were so easy to make. It was like, what? I could just have done this at any time, at any point in my life? And now I'm thinking, like, I want to make cookies again. I just need an excuse to make... I don't need an excuse to make cookies. But I'm the kind of person who feels like I ought to have a reason to do a thing. You know? Because, like, I don't just want to make cookies for myself. I want to make cookies for other people. So it's like, who do I make cookies for? Maybe I'll make some as, like, a celebratory thing when my dad gets back from his holiday at the moment. Because I don't think he's having a good time, but I'm not going to air his business out. If you eat them, then for yourself, I mean, yeah, but it's like, I don't want them to just be, like, I like sharing the things I make, is the thing, right? I don't know if that's maybe, like, I love to frame that as if, like, I love sharing the joy. So I'm gonna not say the next part of that sentence out loud, because I don't need to. Yeah. Which is why I live stream. I'm a big fan of sharing things. I think sharing is very scary enough. It is. Yes. Chikorita. Returned. Welcome back, Rob. Did you win? Did you win, son? Did you win, stun? Overwatch. Overwatch. Felix. Felix, Overwatch reference, Felix. It's an Overwatch reference. Winton. Winton. Monkey. Can't believe you have a child. Okay. 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 What? Are you going to elaborate on this one? If not, fair enough. Opposite of dog hearing treat or walk. That was like a soldier hearing an explosion. Oh no. I'm sorry, Felix. I didn't mean to do that to you. Soldier, like... Soldier... 76? We did win, hell yes. Ew, why do you know so much about it? I have had friends who played Overwatch. I know Winton, I know Tracer, I know Kiriko? Is that her name? Sombra? Widowmaker? Not convinced. Convinced about what? Is the thing that you're not convinced... Do you think I... Are you implying you think I play Overwatch? Is that the implication here? Your Overwatch career. There's no Overwatch career. My friends have tried on many occasions to get me to play Overwatch, but I just do not vibe with shooting games. Also, is Rob Coldridge not your child? No, he's my dad. Sorry for the confusion. Let's see if someone believes that. Like, do you think I could convince someone of that? Like, I wonder if that's like a feasible thing I could convince someone of. The family tree is forming, yes. Need to see how fucked up I can make it as quickly as possible. To be fair, that was already a family tree, because it's me, Shenhe, and that tiger girl from ZZZ. As our daughter. Her dad. He didn't deny it. You must be old as hell to have a child who can use Twitch. So, it's Rob who's old as hell. I'm not. I'm not old as hell. I'm full of youthful vigor. I am. That's me. That's me skipping my... I don't ache. I don't ache at all. I'm not aching right now. Alex was up to 4 playing Minecraft, but like, you know how it is. Don't do the Jack Black Steve accent saying, I am Steve. Flint and Steel. Do you ever ache when it rains after a few days of sun? Okay, so but it's not been after, it's been raining lately, so it's not like it's rained after a few days of sun. Because while it has rained today... So no, I don't think I do ache after a few days of sun. I don't think that happens. I think I'm just aching because I was up till 4 AM playing Minecraft. What do you want, Missy, huh? Do you want some food, huh? Is that what you want? Well, I've got 5 more eggs to hatch, and then I'll be ending streams. So at that point I can feed you. Does that sound good? Stop looking around like there's something in here for you, huh? The fact I would have to have been like almost 13 and I would have had a kid is kind of off though. It's fine, we can just say you're maybe like 10 or 20 years older than you actually are. I'm sure you would like that. I'm sure you often think, man, I wish I was 50, right? It is for you. Guess I'm just built different. I'm not sure if that's like... You know what? You said different. You didn't imply there was any superiority in the way you were built. Just that it is different from everyone else. I'm trying to figure out what it means that you ache. Like, what benefit does it serve that you ache when it rains after a few days of sun? Like, why is there ache there? What causes the ache? You know? Oh yeah, I kind of feel like that already. Exactly, exactly. So it wouldn't make a difference if you actually were. I just take day trips to the unexplained pain city quite frequently. I see. How interesting. Most of my pain is explained. I know where most of my pain comes from. Like staying up to 4 AM playing Minecraft. What are you doing, you beast? What are you doing? Heard the weather's nice in Pain City, at least. But what about the Pain Rain? I was worried I wasn't going to figure out a bit there, but I did. But I did figure out a bit. And it was kind of funny. "100% funny, 100% funny." You know who isn't 100% funny? Missy. You're not funny at all, are you? You're downright unamusing. I like that I can just say what I like about her, but she doesn't understand me because she's stupid and a cat and a baby. Like, I could pick her up and insult her to her face and she just wouldn't understand it, and that's awesome. Because she understands I love her. That's why it's awesome. Because I can say what I like about her, but she still understands that I love her. When she's actually recording it and building a case against you, yeah, no, that's exactly true. Anyway, that was the final egg hatches. It's 20 to 11. We've had a longer stream than normal today, I think. So, like, maybe? Maybe not, actually. Not, it's, yeah. I'm going to bed, is the point. I'm not going to bed. I'm not going to bed at all. I'm going to stay up playing Minecraft again. But I'm going to stop streaming now. Is what I'm going to do. 3 hours. Yes. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I hope you all enjoy the Pokemon Presents tomorrow. I hope you all get exactly what you want, even if it conflicts with one another's interests. But yeah, no, thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I certainly have. I'll be back again. I'll be back again on Friday when we can discuss the Pokemon Presents. And I'll be back again on Wednesday with some Genshin Impact. So if you want to see some Genshin Impact, I'd highly recommend stopping by for that. But thank you all for coming. I hope you've all had a great time. Goodbye and good night.